This week I had a goal to try to basically touch every room in the house with some type of deep cleaning project. I am still in the very newborn postpartum stage after having my 7th baby, and so I'm really trying to take it easy, but of course there are just a few things around the house that need to get done. Find that whenever I kind of step away from the homemaking and cleaning, that a lot of things get untouched, and a lot of those things are kind of the things that only I really do in the house, and you know, to be fair, things that nobody else even notices, like cleaning the stove and the appliances, and behind all of the different things on the countertop, refilling the spice jars on my stovetop, and cleaning the range hood, and you know, just all of the things that really the mom only sees in the home. And I am trying this week to kind of go around and just touch on those types of things. You'll see me doing a lot of scraping on the countertops, and that's because last week my daughter hosted a soap candle making party for all of her little friends and cousins, and she did a great job cleaning up after the party, but there are some things that kind of got left on the countertops, wax, and we did melt and pour soap. I didn't think that these little girls were quite ready yet for cold process soap with lye and everything. She really wanted to do that, and I told her maybe when you guys are all teenagers we can do a soap class for that. But anyway, there is some wax and leftover like soap on the countertop, so when I'm going around wiping down the countertops, you'll see a lot of me scraping, and that's why it was such a fun little party. She had been planning this for a while, and I told her that she had to wait until the baby was born because it's not easy to plan a party whenever you're not really sure when you're going to be having a baby. All right, so I'm filling all of my spice jars here, getting them back onto my clean stove, and I also made a list of spices that we need because there were some that were empty that I didn't have any refills for. So I'm going to be going to the store later, and I'll be getting those things to replenish those spices as well. You guys saw at the beginning of the video I was making a spray, and I also used some baking soda on my stove. I really strive to use natural cleaners here in my home, and I make most of them on my own. And I actually have a cleaning course where I go through each room in the house and show you how to make different cleaners to replace your conventional cleaners for your kitchen, your bathroom, for dusting, for cleaning the walls, just all the things. And so I'll link that course for you guys down in my description box below if you're interested in doing that as well. I have been trying to still take it easy and trying to get a nap in most days. That's something that I try to do in the first 6 weeks to 8 weeks after having a newborn, just so that when I'm up overnight with the baby, I don't have to be super stressed about thinking about how tired I'm gonna be the next day, knowing that I'll be able to get a nap in its point. And so this week, while I'm doing my deep cleaning, I am trying to tackle one room at a time just during my toddler's morning nap. And then in the afternoon, when everybody is having nap time and quiet time, I can lay down during that time and have some rest as well. Your feet are so red. He's wondering what I'm doing. Today's video is sponsored by Ferrellgas, and I have been so happy with their service. I'm excited to tell you guys a little bit more about them. Ferrellgas is one of America's leading propane providers. At Ferrellgas, they work every day to provide customers with an easy propane service. As a busy mom, I don't have any time to waste on my propane service, and Ferrellgas makes it super easy and convenient, and I can do everything online. Ferrellgas is the best choice for residential propane users because it's fast, reliable, and convenient. We live up on a really big hill and it's pretty remote, and it's not the easiest place to get to in a big truck. So I was very pleased with Ferrellgas. Whenever they installed our tank, they didn't leave any marks in the grass. They didn't mess up the tree that was in the way of the propane tank or any of my flowers. Everything was so well done, and it was very quick, and they were so easy to work with. If you are ready to have a hassle-free propane provider where you can do everything online, where you don't have to worry about making phone calls, you guys can learn more about Ferrellgas by using the link down in my description box below. All right, so this is the next day, and I'm going to be working in my dining room and my living room, and the biggest thing that I have on my list for today is going around and wiping down the walls. You can see we have white walls in here, and this is right by our table. Lots of sticky fingers to get on these walls, and this is something that I need to do, I don't know, at least once a month, probably really even more than that, but that's about how often I get to it. Also, like taking the curtains down and washing them and wiping down the table, and just wipe down all the places that get extra sticky in the house. Now obviously the kitchen is one of those areas that gets cleaned multiple times a day after each meal, but there are just some things that get missed, and every once in a while can use a little bit more of a deep cleaning. In the summer, our schedule looks a lot different than it does in other times of the year. And we try to really embrace the summer season and do a ton of fun summer things. I love taking the kids to the pool. I love taking the kids berry picking. We like spending days on the river. And this year, my sister and I both decided that we weren't gonna get like a pool pass to our local pool, but instead we were gonna do some like pool hopping. So we've gone to many different pools already this summer, and it's just all the fun memories that I love to make during this season. And I like to try to do something summery every day, even if it's just sitting outside and letting the kids run through the sprinkler and eating homemade popsicles, or just whatever it is, something that's really fun and summery. And you know, it can get really busy during the rest of the year. And so during the summertime, we try our best to really slow down and just embrace this season. And I just know that it goes so fast. And if I don't spend a lot of time doing all the summer things, I'll be sad that we missed it whenever the season's over. So I do my best to do all of the things during each season. I'm going to spend a little bit of time in my little boy's room now. Now this room never looks super messy, but it can get cluttered really fast. I don't know where everything comes from, but somehow things just get refilled. I can constantly go through toys and donate things and get rid of things, and then things just come back in. So this becomes a monthly thing as well, where I like to go into their room, especially because they're little and they can't really do it on their own. My bigger kids can do this on their own. Going in their room and just going through toys and pulling out things I know that they don't play with anymore and donating them, throwing away things that got broken, and maybe saving things that they will play with later on. And so that's the kind of thing that I'm doing in this room. And then making their beds, wiping down the walls, because dirty little feet are always kicking these walls. But I mean, I don't normally make the beds in here. It's a very rare thing that I do, but sometimes I like to, because I really do love these little quilts and this little beds. But this room, like I said, the biggest thing about in here when I'm deep cleaning is just going through toys and books and getting rid of things and kind of decluttering. That's kind of my biggest secret to keeping a home clean, is being minimal. And I find that doing that makes it easier for my kids to be able to keep up with it as well. It's not as overwhelming when they have to go clean their room, because they have very little things and it's easy to keep things clean and put together. Like I mentioned in my last video, when I have a newborn, there are a lot of breaks in the day where I have to sit down and cuddle. Not have to, I get to sit down and cuddle a little baby and nurse. But then whenever he is content or tired, he spends a lot of time in my wrap, so I can just continue on doing the things that need to get done, but still have him really close to me. The next room that I'm tackling this week is our entryway. This room gets cluttered and dirty pretty quickly, as you can imagine. Even with minimal things, this room gets full, because when you have a family of 9, there's lots of shoes, jackets, hats. This is worse in the wintertime when we have out gloves and scarves and all that, but during the summer it's obviously way less. I still keep 1 jacket out per person, because sometimes in the morning it can be a little bit chilly. But I went through in here, took out shoes that aren't being worn, and vacuumed and wiped out all of these cubbies, shaking out rugs. It gets gross in here because this is right off of our garage. And so, when you come in here, you're dirty, and dirt comes in from the outside. And so I had to do a little sprucing up in there. This room was one of the ones that looked the most different when I was done, because it was just that dirty. The last room that I was tackling this week is our sunroom. Now this is a very used room this time of year. It's almost like an addition onto our house. We're in here all the time. We eat in here, we play in here, and it gets really dirty. And so just getting all the cushions off of the couch, wiping it down, vacuuming it, just doing a little bit of a deep cleaning in here. We absolutely love and enjoy this room, and one of our favorite rooms in the house. I know it looks like I did a lot in this video, but remember that this was a whole week's worth of work, but just doing small amount on each day can really make a difference in your home. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this inspires you to get a few of those deep cleaning things done in your home. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I get out a new video every single week.